feel like there is no other vitamin C serum that I've met that is bang for buck effective. It's been popular in Korea, Japan, as well as global audiences. So obviously it's been one of the kind of biggest K-beauty hit items of this year. People have absolutely raved on this one, saying that it completely transformed their skin. Minasan konnichiwa, this is Tina and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about the best serums of 2024. If that sounds like your thing, then please go ahead and channel登録しちゃってください. Let's get right into it. I'm going to be talking about my most used serums of this year, whether they are holy grails, all-time favorites, or new discoveries. Before we get started, my skin type is dry and dehydrated, and the general climate I live in is on the drier side, being Melbourne, Australia. First, we're going to talk about products that I have already previously mentioned in past best of videos. This first one I mentioned in my best of 2020 video, so 4 years ago, and I think I have not gone a single year without using it, and it is the Melano CC Essence. Just a quick reminder, whenever it comes to jbeauty, essence generally means serum, so yes, this is a vitamin C serum. This still tends to be the one that I just default to whenever someone asks me for a vitamin C recommendation. It is just so affordable for a serum that uses ascorbic acid. It is very small, so very easy to pack if you're traveling. The packaging itself is also very smart, where it's in an opaque container, and the serum comes out in very small drops, making it hard to oxidize, being a vitamin C serum. The texture is not my absolute favorite because it does have a little bit of that oiliness to it, but for the price, which I can't remember, but I think it's like $15 or something for a vitamin C serum that is effective. I just feel like there is no other vitamin C serum that I've met that is bang for buck effective and that isn't like absolutely like atrocious to use. So yeah, the Melano CC serums I've been using for years and years. I tend to use other ones for like the textural elegance or how fresh it feels on the skin, but especially when I travel, when I want to pack lightly, this is the one that I will always take with me. The next one was mentioned in my best of videos last year, so 2023, but I did continue to use it pretty much throughout the whole year in 2024 again, and it is the Decorte Liposome Advanced Repair Serum. So there is no denying that this serum is expensive, and possibly the most expensive serum that I have personally used multiple bottles of, because this is my second one. The first one I got was 30 mils just to test it out. I enjoyed it, so I ended up getting the 75 mils, so obviously it is much bigger, but I am still almost through it. We're down to about here in the bottle. The first time I used it, I was actually using it as a serum in the serum step. Then I later found out that you're actually supposed to use it as a booster step. So the first step before toner or anything, literally the first step after you cleanse your face. And I think that has made a difference. I mean, I liked it before anyways, but using it as that first step, it really does sink into the skin so beautifully. It, I don't know, like softens it, gets it prepped for all of the other products. And I have been using it pretty much consistently in the mornings for the past few months, I would say. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my overall skin health has just been like steady. Of course, I suffer from occasional breakouts here and there, but overall, I just feel like my skin's just been at this state where it's just good. Like, it doesn't really like fluctuate too much. And I will say there's another serum in the PM that I've been using that I feel like has been contributing to it, but this has been my most constantly used booster kind of base serum for the past few months. And yes, it is expensive, but it's pretty much the only like luxury brand product that I use. So I'm like, you know what, I'll fork out for this one. So yeah, that has made it in my best of videos 2 years in a row now. Now moving on to the new picks of this year. I'm going to start off with the category of best boosters. I have one for the AM and one for the PM. Unfortunately, the AM one I did empty out a few months ago now and I don't have it with me, but it is the matsukiyo Women Method Moist Intensive Boost Serum. This one I was using as my booster in the mornings up until like maybe midway through the year or a little bit later. Then I switched to using the Decorte. So it's been the matsukiyo one and then the Decorte one for AM booster for like the year. That one I would say is actually pretty similar to the Decorte in terms of texture and the way it makes my skin feel. In terms of ingredients, it is a little bit different. The matsukiyo one has niacinamide, ceramide, and then saccharide isomerate, basically a humectant as the main ingredients, whereas the Decorte does have like probiotics and and stuff, so it's a little bit more of an oomphy kind of formula. I loved using the matsukiyo one as a booster. It worked really well underneath sheet masks as well, and the texture was lovely. I used it up, and I meant to buy another one when I went back to Japan in October. I completely forgot to repurchase. Definitely would have if I remembered. And then the one that I've been using for the PM for the last few months is the VT Mild Reedle Shot 50. I mean, it is no secret that this serum or this series of serums has been one of the best sellers in beauty probably globally this year. I mean, it has made all sorts of markets. It's been popular in Korea, Japan, as well as global audiences. So obviously it's been one of the kind of biggest K-beauty hit items of this year. I had started using it a little while back, actually probably in like September, October-ish, but I was not consistent with it because I started using it just before I traveled. You know, it does have that tingliness to it, and when my skin's a little unstable, it's not the product that I would necessarily reach for. But in the last few months, I've actually been using it more consistently. Basically, I've been trying to use it every single night, unless I forget, because you are supposed to use it as your first step after cleansing. So sometimes I'll put on a sheet mask or something and I'll be like, whoops, I forgot to put that on first. So whenever I remember, I have been using this in the PM, and yes, consistency is definitely key with this one. This is the mild version of 50, which means it's lesser than even like the baseline. The baseline is 100, and this is even less for people who have extremely sensitive skin, or you can use it in the AM. But me, I still am a, you know, little baby. I was still using it every other night, and now I've moved up to using it every single night. And yes, I do feel like overall it definitely helps with absorption and more a refined texture. I wouldn't say it's anything like crazy drastic, but I feel like my pores are smoother and I have less bumps on my skin. So I would say that's definitely what the intention of the product is. It does obviously use Cica and then the very small Reedles, as they call them, basically a liquid form of dermapen or derma needling, and it's supposed to kind of help with that regeneration and all of that. I'm very excited to kind of step it up and try the 100 version, and also the 100 versions that have the other ingredients added. Like there's a collagen one, there's a hyaluronic acid one, there's like a vitamin C one or something, all the colorful ones. They're apparently supposed to be less like prickly too. So for that reason, I definitely want to try it. And this is definitely getting close to empty. We're going to keep trying the Reedle shot. And yes, I have been using it pretty consistently towards the end of this year. The next category I have is the best barrier serums. The first one being the RNW DER Concentrate Ceramide Plus. This serum as well, I did empty like midway through the year, and I do not have the bottle with me, but it was a serum that was just so easy to reach for whenever I didn't know what to use, or whenever I just needed like a little extra something for my skin barrier. It was the one that I went for. It had a pretty lightweight texture. It was definitely slightly viscous, but for a kind of barrier improving product, it was more on the lighter side, so it was really easy to incorporate in the AM or PM. It used 5 types of ceramides as well as a multi-peptide solution, so it really was all about barrier protection, moisture, and kind of strengthening your skin. Those who do have more kind of oilier or combo skin, you probably will like the formulation of this barrier serum, and if you are someone who has drier skin or want something for wintertime, you'll probably like this one a little bit better, the Celimax Dual Barrier Boosting Serum. After I finished the RNW serum, I did realize that I do enjoy having a barrier strengthening serum around, and this was the one that I picked up, and yeah, it has been very, very nice. This one also uses ceramides and peptides, but also panthenol and then biosaccharide gum 1, basically a naturally derived humectant. So again, very moisturizing and barrier strengthening ingredients. And this one is the one I actually have been recommending when you guys have asked for something that is similar to the by Wishtrend Cera Barrier Serum, which honestly I did not even know was discontinued until one of you guys commented on my video and you were like, seems like it's discontinued, what can you recommend? And I was like, what? That's discontinued? That's such a shame, because it was a beautiful like milky serum. This one is definitely a little bit thicker compared to that one. As you can see, it's a fairly like solid formula, but when it warms up on your skin, as you can see, it does kind of melt down. So it's definitely not too heavy. And yeah, it kind of just like sinks into the skin very nicely and plumps it up. As I said, I feel like because of that texture, those who have drier skin might enjoy it more, but both of them had been really, really nice barrier kind of improving serums this year. The next category is the best brightening serums of this year. The first one being the Innisfree Vitamin C Green Tea Enzyme Brightening Serum. There is no denying that I purchased this serum because of this adorable kuromi packaging, but you know what? I was definitely pleasantly surprised by the actual formulation of this serum. So this one does actually use a water as well as oil soluble versions of vitamin C as the main brightening ingredient, but it does also use green tea enzymes, as it says in the product name, to help with kind of really gently and gradually smoothing out that skin texture. And the thing that sold me most to it is its user experience. I mean, it's in this cute little bottle. The formula does have the little capsules of vitamin C in there, and the texture is so beautifully lightweight. I mean, it just runs down the hand, very watery, and it just applies like a lightweight hydrating serum, which I feel like is not always the easy to get with brightening or vitamin C serums. They tend to be a little stickier, a little oilier or something, but the texture of this one is just so nice that it's really easy to chuck into your routine. It has been my main morning serum that I've been using in probably the last half of the year. I actually first started using it when I was traveling because this set came with a little bottle of the serum. It was just this little like cylindrical bottle, I guess you could say. And I was using it while I was in Japan, and I was like, oh, this formula is like so nice. It almost feels just like a toner. It's so lightweight. And then when I came back, I decided to open the full bottle, and yeah, I've been using it since. Other than the vitamin C and green tea, it has a ton more really beneficial ingredients too. So I mean, it is Innisfree. I hadn't used one of their products in quite some time, but it definitely made me want to try a few more of their new launches after trying this serum. The other brightening serum I've been using is the Anua Niacinamide 10% plus TXA 4% serum. I feel like I actually haven't like been mentioning these serums at all on my channel. I have said in the past that I always incorporate a brightening serum into my routine, basically no matter what, because if you have more even skin tone, it like instantly gives you the impression of healthier skin, even if you have like other skin concerns, if that makes sense. So I just naturally gravitate towards brightening serums, and obviously like I have been incorporating and using them in my routine like non-stop. I just guess I didn't have like the right opportunity to mention them in a video. This one has been my go-to AM, and then this one has been my go-to PM. Again, it's just such an easy serum to use. It is so lightweight, as you can see in the bottle. It's quite a liquidy formula. And then instead of vitamin C, this one uses niacinamide and then also tranexamic acid, which are both really nice brightening ingredients too. I will say the Anua one has a little bit more tack to it personally. I feel like when I apply it, sometimes it feels like a little bit tacky on my skin. Hence why I like using this one in the AM instead, because just in case I want to wear makeup, I like having really like light layers of skincare. I feel like so many people love this one. I mean, I've seen people rave about it. In terms of like brightening dark spots, I don't have too many. Like these days, even when I get a breakout, they do seem to heal within a couple of weeks. Just a few weeks ago, I know I had like quite a array of pimples on my chin, and like the scarring is mostly gone. Like there's a little bit. I feel like I don't really suffer from severe acne scars, but I have seen reviews online where people have absolutely raved on this one, saying that it completely transformed their skin. I guess you guys can read it for yourselves if you are really curious, because I feel like I'm not like the best example, especially if you do have breakout prone skin. User experience, accessibility and affordability. I feel like this one you can't really go wrong, and I have been using it pretty consistently this year. All right, well there you have it, you guys. They were the best serums of of 2024 in my personal opinion. I always feel like I want to explore serums more whenever it comes to the end of the year. I feel like I've said the same thing for the past few years where I'm like, I wish I explored serums more. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to explore them more in the next year. And then I don't really end up doing it. But I do think I have a good variety of serums, and I feel like what I look for in serums have changed a little bit over the years, but always want a barrier serum, a brightening serum, and boosters are kind of a new thing for me that I've been like really into this past year. So I hope you guys got a little inspo for your next skincare routine. If you do have a little bit more time to spare, I would super duper appreciate it if you checked out one of these best of video. If you've already watched them, you are a superstar, and there will still be more to come, so make sure you keep an eye out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Mwah!